Welcome on the first episode of Comic Book Wars, the only channel who eats those comic books pies. My name is Jordi Coppens. So this is a new comic book channel on YouTube. Please, not gonna say watch it, but please listen to it. So the first argument of today will be Deadpool the game. It's a pretty awesome game with pretty awesome guns, swords, bear traps, bombs, and yeah, like Deadpool, his jokes are that. So yeah, that's it actually. The thing about Deadpool is he's pretty awesome. He's one of the comic book characters of Marvel who's not designed by Stan Lee, like Captain America, X-Men, Spider-Man are all from Stan Lee, but Deadpool isn't. Deadpool is actually created by Rob Liefeld and Fabian Nzize. So I'm also gonna ask, please watch my other videos that I play poker on, tournament and only matches. And yeah, that was it for Deadpool. Now the next thing I'm gonna subscribe is comic book artist. Now if I may make my top 3 of the best comic book artists, I think I have to be on number 3 Rob Liefeld from Deadpool, on number 2 Stan Lee from Spider-Man, X-Men and the rest, and on number 1 I think that has to be, yeah, Fabian Nzize, also from Deadpool. You had a lot of comic book films, like yesterday I watched The Avengers and it was a pretty awesome movie. The Hulk, Thor, you have all of them except Deadpool. That was stupid about the movie. It was a movie without Deadpool. One of the movies that I just have to say you have to watch that is Jay and Silent Bob from Kevin Smith. If you are a very big comic book fan, you can watch this channel, or you can watch on AMC, the American channel, Comic Book Wars with Kevin Smith, Walt Flanagan, Mike Sapsik, Ming Chang, and Bry Johnson. That's pretty awesome show. Just watch to it and shut up for the rest. Next thing to argument. Here is actually a photo to one of the most successfully comic book writers, and that's actually important. The creator of Marvel, Stan Lee. Stan Lee is a pretty old man, if I may say that. He's from 28 December 1922. He's a writer and a strip maker. He is famous for his superheroes and villains at Marvel with Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko. And yeah, he has a lot of awesome creations like Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, X-Men, Hulk, the Daredevil, Doctor Strange, Iron Man. He's born in Manhattan, New York, and if you know that actually, every comic book from Marvel is always in Manhattan, New York. The other places don't wanna pay for the comics. So like I said, he is American, design Marvel. Yeah, essentially I think everything about Stan Lee I just said, the important things. The last thing about Stan Lee is he got a new comic book series, and it's called Stan Lee's Amazing 7. I never read a comic like Stan Lee's Amazing 7. It's just amazing. The next creature, Iron Man, Anthony Edward Tony Stark. He is from Marvel and he's been created in 1963 by Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, Don Hink, and Jack Kirby. Iron Man is like, yeah, a blick on feet. That was a good one. So he's one of my favorite Marvels after Deadpool and Domino. Yeah, it's just he got awesome weapons, he got new technology, the technology that the USA Army don't got, that even my country, the Belgium Army don't got. Actually, technology that even the world don't got. and that's important in the comic number 14, Iron Man. He was in gray, like you can see here, and in comic number 14 from Iron Man, they replaced the gray to the gold that's been known. And in number 48, he actually wear for the first time his famous red and gold suit. From number 59, he began in the place Tales of Suspenses, and he to share with Captain America. He's ask one guy you know on street, if you don't know, just you see him and ask, call one Avenger, and he will like, yeah, Tony Stark of Captain America, but Captain America will be our next. So like I said, we are now going to Captain America. Captain America. For the people who don't know the backstory about Captain America was a kind of a silly man who wanted to go in the USA Army in the I think it was World War II, and he had his chance. He was like a little tin man who was, yeah, like the guy gets bullied on school, but he was smart, and so the captain of the operation said, okay, you can do the experiment. And after the experiment, he was like a big and strong guy, like a Shaquille O'Neal. And then they give him the chance to choose a weapon, and they said that shield is actually from metal that can be broken, and he chose that. So he was actually kind of the good guy who fought the bad guys, and those were the men of Hydra. And he defeated the boss like in every game movie, and he has to land an airplane, kind of the airplane, in the sea, and he did that. And then he awakes, and he was, I guess, 70 years in the future, and still look the same. Steve Rogers, Captain America, created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby is a name I said already. And yeah, and the America Comics 1 from Timely Comics is actually the business who became Marvel Comics. So that's actually the thing. An argument, one of the stupidest creature ever has been made in the Spider-Man comics, Star Wars, DC, Marvel, every comic. I found that it's Spider-Man 101 called Morbius, a living vampire. For the people who don't know why it's a living vampire, Marvel had a code, they can use undead in their comics. So Marvel said, he's not dead, he lives. He was created by science, and he has to drink blood. And yeah, the code looked it over and over, and yeah, they couldn't find a thing. But stupid creature or not, I think it will be an excited thing to read. The first comic I will read will be for my birthday next week, and that will be Deadpool versus Hawkeye. Sometimes he wear a mask, and sometimes not. Sometimes he shoot an apple, and sometimes not. That was a good one. The best dynamic duo in comic books would be Deadpool and Cable. And I hope you know the song from the Deadpool game, Who the Fuck Is That? It's a pretty cool song. I like Deadpool, it's full of awesomeness and laughing. And that would be it for today for Marvel. So now let's go to the first thing I would say about DC Comic. The only DC character that I'm gonna speak about today would be Batman, The Dark Knight, created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. The first comic, the first appearance from him will be Detective Comics number 27. The Batman, inspired by mask crime scenes like Zorro and the Shadow. Bob Kane has an idea for a Batman by a drawing from Leonardo da Vinci from the Ornithopter. I don't know what's that, please don't ask. But yeah, I think it would be a kind of Batman from the centuries, for the full centuries. I don't know. Something special about Batman. I don't know why they call him the Dark Knight. I think that is because he's dark. No, that's a joke. Then we got the bats on his, yeah, his symbol. DC Comics, like I said, he had a lot of movies, like his enemy, the Joker. The Joker is awesome, man. The Joker is the best boxer there is. You hit him a lot of times and he just keep laughing. That's something Muhammad Ali even can do. Uh, and the last item of the day has been a question that I got yesterday, and they asked me, CP, Jordi Coppens, or actually my better known name, Poker Star Junior, who has been your top one villain? And I have to think the best villain has to be Darth Vader. He's like the most dominant man in the history of history.